part, this is about associate. So when we have associate, how many working number, Ihsan? Ihsan Rushdie? If you have associate, how many working number? Ihsan Rudy, are you there or not? Ihsan, if you're not around, I put you into waiting room, okay? 4, where is it your speaker? Don't unmute. 4, if you have associate, how many working number?
5, madam.
5.
5. So what is the 5 one? What is the additional number? Ihsan, what happened with your voice? Speaker. You need to create 4 plus 1. The 1 is the IIE. So in other words, you need to make sure that you have working number IIE. Okay. So now I skip. So now I know already a second company having by the company on when is the you acquire? 1st January 19. Company rates 40%. No NCI because associate. So now I know already these two. So when I do a diagram, coconut having a direct interest in red. So it means that the relationship is like this. So this is our direct interest. So direct can be associate if less than 50. Okay. In these cases, right? C having a direct in A about 37. If I prepare single financial statement, D is associate. However, we need to consider indirect, which is we already made a calculation about 48%. Okay. So from the associate, A become the subsidiary of the group, but not for R, because in R only coconut having the interest, not other company, and beside this is a direct associate. So now you need to go to working file, which is copy everything, all the 3 column and put into your working, and then we need to have additional new account, intangible asset, not intangible asset, sorry. Investment in associate. Okay. We do have intangible asset, right?
Yes, madam.
890. Okay, observe. The presentation of my currency, I put by 30. So I need to be careful when I have figure 100. So I need to put in decimal point. So goodwill investment in associate, and I think we do have, okay. I do not put preferential here because preferential that we have is only under whose column? It was under subsidiary, not under parent. So you don't need to put because you're going to eliminate. So ordinary, non-controlling interest, and then current liability, trade payable, long term, and bill payable. That's all. So now we go to the working tool. Working tool, goodwill, right? QA. So here we don't need to calculate goodwill for associate because we use the second one. So goodwill that we have here is only goodwill for two subsidiaries, which is Penang and Agro. So observe how I did. So we have Penang and we have Agro. Our currency, my currency is 30. It's up to you how do you want to put a figure for a currency, but make sure that you are not careless if you want to put my 30. So our cost of investment consists of two approach direct. How do you pay in order to have a direct acquire in Penang? You pay in term of two approach. You pay using a share, you pay using a cash. So which one is already recorded? The one who already recorded is the cash. How much you pay for cash? Which is already recorded in our books, 15,580. Don't take 15,880 because 15,880 consists of many amount of investment. Okay. So the one that you are paid for a direct is 15,880. 1558. So you put here 15,580. Okay. Then my question, what is the amount of share value which is issued the share? So in this question, how Coconut pay if he transfer a share? Exchange, he having a exchange. This is kind of system barter. Okay, barter. Okay, 2 share for every 5 unit share acquired. Okay, what is the ratio here? 5/2 or 2/5? How many unit Coconut will transfer to the Penang? He will give 2 or he will give 5?
Give 2 for
Give
every
2.
2 for 5.
Give 2 for every 5 unit you acquire in Penang. Total unit you acquire in Penang is 18. Total unit you acquire is 18 million unit. You need to time 2/5. Okay, you need to time 2/5. However, this one is unit. You need to find the amount. So where is it the share price? Here. The market price of as Cocoa and Penang RM2 and RM1.60. So my question to you, please advise to me, what is the share price should I use? Is it Coconut or Penang? I give you a clue. I give you a clue. Who issued the share?
Penang.
Penang pay to the Coconut. Is it make sense? Who purchased just now?
Coconut.
Coconut issued the share as a system barter, right? Because he don't have enough payment. So what he did, he transferred his share to the Coconut. So you have to use Coconut share price, which is RM2. RM2 is for C. This is for Penang. You have to take C, Coconut. So in other words, after we find number of unit, we need to time with RM2. You cannot take Penang because you have to go back. Who issued the share? Who purchased? Which is Coconut. So can you give me the amount, how much? It's about, I need to cut by 30 because my presentation is it correct when I cut by 30?
Yes, miss.
Right? Okay. So 14,400. Actually, at least it actually is the 14 million. Okay, my question. This share is already recorded or not recorded? Not being recorded. So what you need to do, go back to the solve fee. plus 14,400 under ordinary share. Because the share value that you not recorded is about 14.4 million. So before that, company already have existing by the parents about 40 million. So 40 million plus 14. That is for ordinary share because not recorded. Okay, not recorded. So debit here, credit here. Okay, so settle for direct one. Now I go to, do we have direct, indirect in Penang? We don't have indirect in Penang. We don't have, because if you go to the diagram, Penang is a direct acquisition. I settle Penang first, then we have NCI. And now what is the option? Where is the option? Last Roman. Last Roman is measure NCI at professional. What is number? Number what? Option 1. Option 1, when do you have impairment? At year end. So you don't have impairment at the beginning. So option 1, how many percent? You interest NCI 20%. So 20%, I leave it. I need to find fair value net asset. Okay. Now, what about agro? How much you pay to acquire agro by parents? By parents. Okay, now this is agro. You need to find how much is the amount paid by the agro. Do we know? Silence in the adjustment. So in other words, you can get the figure from the here. How much you pay? 903. 903. So here I put at the cash 903. Not in the chart. So now how much indirect? So if you observe here, Penang having investment in agro and he record amount investment in his book about 2.4. So 2.4. However, 2.4, okay, it was 100% under Penang, but we do a group. So from the 2.4 million, this one, some of the portion has been controlled by Coconut through Penang, in Penang. Which is how many percent you acquire Penang? 80 80%. Yep, 80%. So in this 80% is the indirect calculation. So you have to find 2.4, 80%. So that is the working for indirect. Sorry, I put wrong row. Supposedly this one. Okay. Now, what about interest NCI? You can take 15%. So 15%, you show it in the book, 15%. Leave it, we need to find NCI. Okay, so now fair value net asset of Penang. At when do you acquire? Yeah, 1st January 16. And agro at 1st January 18. So we have OS. Just take from the books. How much is your OS? OS 24. And then I settle I settle P9 first, so value net asset. And you have RP. Very easy information working to next paragraph, which is how much. Third paragraph in the number 2 Roman, RP 2.1, and then RR is 300. He did not give you a fair value net asset total, but he give you list of reserve. So fair value plan 100 more than carrying amount. So this is a fair value adjustment for what asset? Plan. You increase about 100. So it means that you need to plus under PPE about 100,000. Is it okay? Okay, 100,000. What happened? Okay, okay, plus 100,000. Okay, I think we don't have any adjustment anymore related to the Penang, but be careful. The company having depreciation. So 10 year is the schedule of reserve. This one is the working term because schedule of reserve to calculate depreciation. To settle for fair value net asset, so I need to total out. Amount is 2650. Bring it into fair value net asset. Bringing fair value net asset 2 times again NCI. So how much? So you got so I want to calculate goodwill minus. So you got 8787. So this is goodwill. Okay. So far so good. Now I go to S. OS Copin Agro. How much? 15,600. Now you need to help me. How to get RP Agro at the 1st January 18? Any ideas? This is for January 19. And then in the question, he gave you not RP, but net profit for the year. How can I find for January 18? I give you a clue. You need to do a reverse. You need to do a reverse calculation to find RP at DOE. This is retained profit. This is not retained profit. This is net profit for the year. Any ideas, class? Justina? Justina got a clue?
Yeah, Miss.
Any idea how to get the retained profit DOA? What do you think?
Minus, Miss.
I said that reverse. Minus what?
Minus profit of the year, is it, madam?
Minus profit after year against what?
Retained profit 2019.
Again, profit 2019, which one?
Dekat Shopee, madam.
Sophie, which one? You have to take 2.8 or you have to take 1.7? Or you total up?
1.7.
1.7 is current year. You need to take, okay, now, how to get balance CD, retain profit? How to get balance CD is means that balance BD plus with the current year, right? Then you will get CD correct. Our question is, I want to know opening because our DOA was at 1st January 18. What is the information that you already have in your book? So you need to get 31st December 18. How much? You need to take opening 1st January 19, which is 2.8. So 2.8, you know already 2018 current year. How much you got? Where is the information? This one, 800,000. So plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus. So in these cases, two eight minus 800. So you got 2 million. That is okay for RP. I put working here lah. So it's easy for you to understand. Okay. RR? Do we have RR? We don't have in our question. And then do we have any fair value adjustment? Yes. I think plan. Plan this one. Fair value less than carrying a value. So what you are supposed to have to do? Minus. How much? Minus 20. Usually we do practice plus, right? This one minus. So when you minus our PPE, what you are supposed to have to do? Minus 20. Okay? Minus 20. Then we total out. How much? You got 17580. Bring it to the top. 17. I'm sorry. 17. Oh, what was happened? Okay, 17580. So you got 2637. Oh, sorry. Total out. So our goodwill or bargain purchase? Bargain purchase. Ah, interesting. So when you have bargain purchase, and we do have impairment, which one I have to calculate? Should I calculate bargain purchase too to find impairment? Cannot, because now bargain purchase is not non-current asset. The double entry was this one is you need to debit and credit what? This bargain purchase is the income. So in other words, if you go to the it was SOPL, you need to credit income. Okay, because it was income. But we are not prepare console PL. We prepare console SOFI. So if we prepare console SOFI, you need to credit RP because income is increased. So when we credit SOPL, it means that you credit income lah. You credit income, but we do not prepare SOPL. So I cover SOPL also at the same times. We do not prepare SOPL, but we prepare SOFI. So if you prepare SOFI, you need to credit RP. The reason is income increase. It was income lah. It was income. Okay, it was income. So if you are SOFI, you have to credit your retained profit because your income is go up. Okay. So I give you time to take note about goodwill. So please don't post bargain purchase to goodwill. So goodwill here we only have one item which is 8780. 8780. Bargain purchase you cannot put, okay? So here when you put bargain purchase in the here RP, it means that schedule of reserve under parent. Okay? Schedule of reserve under parent. So now I'm going to proceed about 5 to 10 minutes. We still have times. So now we have working 3. Schedule of reserve. So we do have NCI, 2 NCI, which is for Penang. We do have NCI for Agro. And then what kind of reserve do we have in our books? We have RR and we do have RP. So Penang is 20%. And then for Agro is 15. So RM 0. I cut my 30. So I'm going to put NCI first. Three for Penang and 2637 for Agro. Then this is indirect that you record in your book. So we have to eliminate another 20%. So this is, you have Remember working that I show here? Okay, indirect investment in agro, 20% time amount investment show in our adjust in the books, 2, 4. So this one I eliminate in the NCI column of P9. So you got 4, 8. Okay, so indirect 80% you plus, and then indirectly it's not controlled by the holding lah. So we have to eliminate. Do we have preference share? Yes, preference share under subsidiary is not controlled by the parents. So in other words, it was 100% goes to the NCI. But whose book? P9. So 300 here. So allow me to settle the reserve first. RR. Okay, do we have red nut? We don't have any RR. Red don't have any RR. I don't see any RR here. It's not affected. It's not affected. So RR, I start from the bottom. I told you already the tips to make sure that your working is organized. You start from bottom and then you go up. So RR here, RR for agro, year end minus free. How much year end in our equation? This one, 600, 600,000 minus, oh sorry, this is free. 600,000, do we have free? We don't have, right? We don't have. We don't have 0. This one. So 0. So total up. And besides, we don't have any fair value changes during the current period. So it will not affect the RR. So you got 600. So this 600 is for agro. So times again 15%. So goes to RR column. RR column is this one. So you got how much? Minus 90. Then we go to RR P9. So year end minus free. Year end in our book is 450. Minus free already in your working two, which is 300. So total. So how much for 2? Then time again 20%. So you got 480. So this one I make it color NCI Penang as a what color? So now RR 4 minus. Now we have another RR, which is, what is it, the name of company? Coco. Then year end. Now version 700. Yep. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I misunderstood. Okay. Now 700, do not speak to NCI, straightly post into the group reserve. So I think that's all. Working 3 and TRR. Is that possible? I make it early before 12? Do you have a class or not on Wednesday before 12?
Madam, we have class after this 11 o'clock.
You have 11 o'clock,
Yeah,
11, 12.
11 until 1. 3 hours class.
4 o'clock, right? How come you have a class 11 until 1?
Miss, we're
I
asking
asking,
for Wednesday.
I asking to make it early. 12 o'clock, we make it early. 10, 11 ke? 9, 10 ke?
Can Miss? I don't.
So, class, please reply.
Can Miss? I don't have class that time.
What time? 11 to 12, do you have a class?
Yes, Miss.
You have a class.
Miss, stop. Tak dengar.